Perfect. So welcome again to Chillin with Saree. It is Friday, July 3rd, and I'm excited for this call, you guys. Like, I'm super excited just because, one, we have a lot to talk about. As always, we are going to start with our mindset. Shortly after, we'll do a brief check-in, and we're going to be doing a little bit of celebrating tonight. So I'm excited to celebrate with you, family, because there's a lot to celebrate tonight, even if that just means life. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and also let's see. Spatu asked that I let her know when we were going to get started, so just wanted to do that really quick. But let's get the show on the road. Perfect. So can you guys see my screen okay? So let me know, drop it in the chat. And let's get started. Okay, here we go. Perfect. All right, so when it came to pulling together what it is that I wanted to talk about tonight, of course, I wanted to pull something together that was going to be beneficial for all of us, and something that is definitely going to bring us value. Let me just... All right, so with that said, my topic for tonight is unleashing your potential. Okay, because family, we are officially in the second half of the year. It's 3 days actually into the second half. So if there were any time to figure out when you should, do a little evaluation or a little bit of self-reflection, now is that time. Okay, so I want you guys to realize that, of course, the only person that you're destined to be is the person that you decide to become. So what does that mean? All of your visions, all of your goals, everything that you aspire to be, you have to first make a decision to do that. Okay, you have to make the choice to evolve, to elevate, to grow. Okay, and without that, you're ultimately going to stay where you're at. You're going to continue to receive the things that you're currently getting, whether that's the environment that you're in, whether that might be the lifestyle or the routine that you currently have. If you don't make the decision to grow, to move forward, again, you're going to be who you are currently. And you have to really ask yourself, is that somebody that you still want to be? Are you at a place where you are satisfied with who you are, with the things that you're currently receiving in your world? So I want to, let me just move this out of the way. I'm sorry, you guys, I got a new computer, super excited, and I'm still working out how to manipulate all of that stuff. So let me just move that right here. So as you could see on your screen, 2 out of 10 people, you guys, set goals for themselves. So that's not a lot, okay? But I want you guys to give yourself a pat on the back, a big hug, a high five, whatever it is to celebrate yourself because you are part of that 20%. I know because I've seen you guys set goals. I've heard, some of the goals that you guys have had. So celebrate yourself for being part of that 20% because there's a lot of people who don't set goals for themselves, especially if they're not pursuing a field that inspires or motivates them to set goals, whether that's in business, whether that's in entrepreneurship, whether that's in entertainment even, okay? But with this next piece, this is where I want you guys to just be honest with yourself, okay? Out of that 20% that I just mentioned, 3 out of 10 people, or 30% of that 20%, that makes sense, that do set goals actually achieve the goals that they set for themselves. So less than half of that 20% of people that set goals for themselves, they don't even achieve the goals that they're looking to, achieve. They don't, pretty much after setting the goals, they don't get to where it is that they want to be. They don't achieve the success of that particular goal, and it's okay because things change. There's different circumstances that happen that is outside of our control, but I just want you to take the time to reflect if that might be you, if you happen to be one of those people that sets a goal and you don't achieve it. Maybe you set some goals in January that you haven't achieved yet. Maybe you haven't even started them yet. But just because you're a little bit behind, it doesn't mean that it's too late for you to do so. Even if it's by the end of the year, like, are you planning on winning the game by the end of the year when it comes to your goals and your aspirations and just some of the opportunities that you've been presented with? Or will you be someone who plays the bench the rest of the year? Will you be someone who has decided actually to move to the stands, get some popcorn, and watch everybody else's progress? So if you're going to make a decision as far as what it is that you want to do when it comes to your potential, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your plan in life, make the decision now as far as what it is that you want to do. Because if you have a goal that you've set and it's already been a period of time, it's been, again, half a year, and you feel like it's something that you don't plan on moving forward with, then don't waste your time, because you deserve more than that. You deserve to spend your time on something that you want to pursue, that you want to achieve, okay? Now, when it comes to these goals, there are 4 areas of goals that where a lot of your decision making comes into place. Of course, as you can see on the screen, those 4 areas do include 1, wealth, 2, health, 3, relationships, and then self-fulfillment. But even in those 4 areas, there are 2 types of goals that you end up making. It's a being or a be goal or a doing goal. What is it that you want to be, or what is it that you want to do? Usually one of those 2 questions when you're making a decision as far as your goals go will fall into one of these 4 categories. Now, I bring this up because when it comes to unleashing our potential and really just elevating who it is that we want to be as a person, um, we have to find balance. And with that said, also in the pursuit of achieving these goals, in order for us to move forward, we have to know what could potentially hold us back, right? So I want to go over a couple of things of why people fail to achieve their goals, because I want you guys to win. I want you guys to see success. And so if that means being aware of what potential traps you could fall in, then again, it's a way for you to continue making progress, because again, you want to know what to do and what not to do as you're going along on your journey. So the first reason why people fail to achieve their goals is fear of success and or failure. Okay, now some people are afraid that they will fail or even succeed. There's a lot of people who might set a goal that, you know, they're super excited initially to achieve, and then they think about all of the responsibility that comes with it. Because as we level up, more things come into play as far as different elements that's going to allow us to continue to grow. And some people, they don't know how to handle that. They haven't been trained. They haven't been trained to manage those type of responsibilities. Also, why? Because they haven't experienced that yet, you know? So it's kind of that fear of the unknown, both when it comes to success and failure, you know? They're afraid of what could happen and even what may not happen. But because of that, they don't even bother trying to pursue that goal. A lot of those type of people tend to lack belief in themselves, as well as in their potential. And so in their mind, they tend to fail. And if so, everybody will think negatively of them. And if they happen to succeed, they might think that, oh, well, people is going to be jealous of all of the success that, you know, I'm receiving. And I don't want to lose my friends or lose people that, you know, I talk to, whether that's family or my job or whatever. So it tends to become a lose-lose situation, no matter how these type of people look at it. But I want you to realize, and I know you guys have heard this before, that you really can achieve anything that you put your mind to, but you have to believe in yourself and your abilities and know that others will believe in you, or they can believe in you too. Now, there's also the lack of understanding about the goal setting process, okay? A lot of people actually believe that goal setting simply means, okay, let me just write it down on a list. I'm gonna set a date for completion. I'm gonna mark off a couple of checkpoints, you know, and then just start all over again, okay? Now, that type of mentality hinders people from success because a goal isn't just a one-time thing that you eventually scratch off of a list, okay? Setting a goal really is about changing yourself for the long term. Most goals anyways, aren't short-term quick fix things. They're fixed and immovable destinations that show the world who you want to become or what you want to achieve. So your goal ultimately is a reflection of you. And first impressions are a big thing, you know, especially when it comes to that road of success. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're going after, you're putting in the work. You're putting in the work and not just thinking, okay, this is just something to do, you know, just because. Okay. Now, there's also the lack of understanding, the lack of commitment to the goal, as well as inactivity. There's a lot of people that say that they're going to do something, but don't actually take the steps to move forward with them, meaning, of course, that they're not really committed to what it is that they're saying that they want to do. And because of this lack of commitment, they don't give the act of goal attainment their full effort. And of course, with anything, if you aren't going all in with what it is that you desire, then you're going to receive mediocre results. Okay. Now I know you guys have seen that, you know, goal in. If you want to goal in, then you have to go all in. Or if you want to be ballin', you have to be all in. You have to be committed to what it is that you want to do. And then also in that, there's the inactivity piece. There's some people who get started and legit stop. I'm guilty of that. However, I'm working on improving and making progress towards not just stopping completely. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, but come back to it, you know? Come back to it, especially if this is something that you really have a desire for, if this is something that you really want to do, you know? Because if you don't get started, you can't go anywhere, right? Or if you stop, you can't go anywhere. Without action, you guys, nothing is going to happen for you. So if you've created a goal list, if you've created a goal list and, you know, now are wondering, okay, why aren't any of your goals transpiring? Why haven't you seen, you know, any progress? Ask yourself what action steps you've taken to actually achieve your goals. And if you haven't taken any action, again, it's never too late. But you have to start now, okay? There's also analysis paralysis. I mean, there's a lot of people who overthink situations. Again, I'm guilty of that. There are some people who tend to get in their heads and make decisions based off of where they are currently instead of where it is that, you know, they want to go. And because of that, because they're over analyzing, it tends to add doubt. It gives you the what if questions, and it paralyzes you. It gets you stuck in a place to the point that you don't want to move forward. So it's like these types of people believe that they can't get started unless they know all of the answers of what could happen if they make this choice or go down this path or, you know, meet this particular person. The reality of it is, though, family, is that we're never going to get all of the answers at one time. It takes progress. It really is a journey to get pieces, you know, here and there. It's like moving through a game. You don't get, you know, all of your tools and everything that you need right at the beginning of the game. You have to go through different levels and collect, you know, certain pieces, certain things, overcome certain obstacles in order for you to be able to level up. So you want to always base your decisions and answer your questions with a view to the future, not a view to current situations. And just keep in mind that your situation will change because of the decisions you make today and will dictate the success of your journey. So just move forward towards your goal, knowing that you'll never, again, have all of the answers, but it's not impossible for you to get them. Okay. Now, some people lack a real destination, meaning that they set goals without like a solid idea of who it is that they want to be or what it is that they really want to do. And the thing is, if you don't have a destination in mind, if you don't have a vision that is clear, then you'll never know which road to take. You'll never know which road to take, and it can't get you to where you need to go, right? When we're driving, I mean, there are some people who just drive just because, but more times often than not, you know, when you hop in your car, you have a particular place that you want to go to, right? And because you have your destination in mind, then either because you've been there before, you know the roads that you need to take to get there, or you can rely on other resources such as your maps or such as directions from a person that you know who has been there to get you to your destination. So without a clear view of what it is that you want in life, you'll constantly be changing what it is that you want. You'll constantly be changing course and fall short of your potential. Okay. I think about all the time how, you know, when I went to college, how I started off as, you know, a music major, and then ended up changing majors to communication, nonverbal communication with a minor in theater. And then, you know, I decided, okay, well, I'm not going to finish college. Instead, I'm going to move to California and you know, pursue music and entertainment in that regard, you know. And so it's like when you don't have it set in mind as far as what it is that you want to do, I think the biggest thing for me, just looking back, is that time is wasted. And your time is super precious, you guys. So we want to do what we can to avoid wasting our time, so that way we can spend more time doing what it is that we love to do, what it is that we want to do, right? Another reason why people fail to achieve their goals is because they fail to plan. Now, you know, sometimes planning can be a little bit difficult if you're trying to go after something that you haven't experienced before. However, don't neglect the gifts that you currently have to help you attain the goal. And don't be afraid to accept help sometimes. I know for me, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at asking questions and asking people for assistance, especially if I might be limited temporarily in a current area, you know? Because if I lack knowledge of a particular thing, why not go and find that information or ask somebody who might already know, so that I can be successful, right? Now, a lot of people, of course, understand the formula of goal setting, but they don't have a plan for goal attainment that's made specifically for them and their experiences. Okay. And so when it comes to your goals, you want to think about, okay, well, what is it that I can do currently with what I've got? Because I know you guys have heard from multiple mentors, Bob Proctor, Riyadh, B. Burrell, say that, you know, a lot of what we need to be able to succeed, we already have, you know? We just gotta find those keys to unlock our potential. We each have so many unique talents and attributes, that we bring to the table. So don't discredit that, you know. And of course, we know a multitude of people who can actually help us. I'm sure with all of your social media friends or your high school friends or family members, there might be some talents that they have or some information that they have that you don't currently know about that could potentially help you advance in your journey to your goal. So you want to be mindful of these advantages during your planning process, and just, of course, don't be afraid to use the resources that are available to you. Now, there are some people who do have too many goals, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that those aren't things that you can't pursue eventually. However, you want to make sure that you're giving yourself an opportunity to really have that laser point focus, to go after what it is that you want to do and complete the steps needed in order for you to get there. Okay? You want to determine just one goal that you're focused on and move forward with the one goal only. You want to eliminate other things that could potentially distract you from that, just because I know you guys have heard the saying, and if not, that's okay too, but I'm sure you guys have heard a jack of all trades is a master of none, right? That is the same thing when it comes to goals. I know for me, again, I used to want to sing, act, model. I wanted to be a masseuse at one point. I used to cook desserts. That was my little side hustle back home. And so I felt eventually that I was going to open up a restaurant called After Hours with live music and desserts, Now, my desire to have my own restaurant isn't something that I have to just completely throw in the trash. It's something that I can set for maybe a long-term goal. But as far as what it is that I want to do right now, something that is really going to add to my purpose in life, I had to cut it down so that I could focus. Because, of course, you only have so much time and energy, right? You don't want to wear yourself thin, because then you're not able to do the things that you need to do at full capacity. It's ultimately going to slow down your progress. So again, you want to choose the goal that will give you the highest return on effort. We talk about return on investment. We want to focus on things that are going to give us the highest return on effort, and focus on that one goal first, okay? And once you complete it, you can then, of course, focus on your other goals in sequence. Now, we also have people that feel unworthy of the end result. There are people who set goals and then they get started and feel that they're actually not worthy of what it is that they set as a goal. And of course, when they get into that thinking, they tend to self-sabotage, okay? Perhaps suddenly they walk away from the goal, or even the person who might help them achieve the goal, or they neglect to do, a critical activity in order to get them to their goal. Usually these people, they lack self-confidence. And confidence is definitely key. We talk about posture all the time as far as what it is that we need in order to achieve what we desire. So confidence is key. And when you lack that, then it's going to slow you down. And with that can also include a lack of motivation to change. There's some people who get started and they decide, you know, nah, I don't want to work out so I could be healthy. I'm cool with where I'm at, you know. Nah, I don't want to take those music lessons so that I can, you know, be amazing when I do live performances. Nah, I don't want to study the academy because it's too time consuming, even though it'll make me a better trader. There's some people who are legit satisfied with where they're at. And because of that, they don't explore what else is in store for them. They don't take the opportunity to step outside of their comfort zone. And even if those people might be experiencing pain, sometimes the pain isn't strong enough. It isn't strong enough to push them to, okay, I'm gonna do what it is that I need to do in order to achieve what it is that I want, even if it might feel a little uncomfortable for a little bit. You don't have to love the process. You have to love the opportunity, family. Say that again. You don't have to love the process, but you do have to love the opportunity if you want to be successful in what it is that you're going after. Change and goal attainment only happen when you're ready to break the status quo and truly want something better in life by any means necessary. Okay? Now, of course, goal achievement doesn't have to be like an elusive target. Like, you really can be who you want and you can do what you want, but you want to balance your goals and, again, just be aware of what it is that you're really going after. Now, in addition to that, when it comes to unleashing your greatest potential, personal development really is key, family. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Jim Rohn, but he says that in order to have more than what you've got, you have to become more than you are. Now that kind of goes back into what I said earlier as far as, you know, making that decision to be who it is that you want to be. It starts with you. It starts with that mindset and really just making the choice to want better, right? Now, I did find that there are 3 parts of personal development. Of course, that's opinion based. Everybody has their 3 and 5 and 9 keys to success, right? But I found that there are 3 parts of personal development that really stood out for me. And you have to just keep in mind that when you're going after opportunity and when you're going after goals, you have to get ready for it, and you really do have to prepare for it. You know, being part of this family, this is probably the most personal development that I've done in my life. Whether that's mindset, audios or live mindset calls or reading books or actually taking the opportunity to meditate and try to have that growth mindset. You guys were on the call last week. We talked about, you know, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. So a big part of life really is about getting ready and getting prepared, and that comes from personal development. It starts with that self-improvement and making self-measurable progress for yourself. Now, when it comes to personal development, if you guys don't know already, personal development really is about creating those skills and value, and taking those skills and value to the world, right? and see, you know, in that marketplace of the world, see what it will return back for you. And of course, those different habits that you're creating with the personal development, it doesn't come easy. It's something that you have to develop so that it can become more natural. But it's not impossible for you to do. And of course, we've heard that success is, you know, 10% work and, you know, 90% spiritual and the development. This is that part, okay? 90% is a huge chunk of what it is that we need to be successful, right? So even if you're hustling and just working your butt off, the 10% isn't going to do anything for you if you aren't right here. And if you aren't right here. So you have to have, you know, the discipline. You have to create those habits. Okay? Now, those 3 different parts, it starts with the spiritual aspect, of course, right? Now, of course, we have to keep in mind that we're all unique, right? And there's different spiritual qualities that make us different from all other creations, you know, whether that's plants, whether that's animals, you know. But you want to really tap into that spiritual side of yourself and develop that. Whether that's, again, really developing that faith and that belief that you need in order to make sure that your goal is something that can be attainable. And of course, that's something that also is going to, you know, unleash your potential, because you have to have faith and belief to know that it's something that you can do, right? And whatever you have to read or have that can encourage you to develop that area, do that. And if you don't know, let's figure out what it is that you need to be able to develop that side of you. Because we want to make sure that we're whole and strong in all aspects in order to really pursue that success. Now, of course, there's also the physical aspect that you have to develop, because the mind and the body, they work together, right? So you have to give some attention to all of that. Now, of course, you want to treat your body like a temple, okay? Now, it's something that you want to take extremely good care of, right? You want to take care of it because this is our physical house that we have for our mind, for our heart, for all of our thoughts, for all of our desires. And so feeling good about yourself physically is going to help you feel good about yourself mentally, and vice versa. You have to feel good mentally in order for you to feel good physically as well. So it intertwines with each other, family. So you want to create an environment for yourself to where you're able to develop, again, your mind and your body in such a way that when you wake up in the morning, you feel like nothing can stop you with whatever it is that you're about to do for that day or for the next couple weeks or even the next couple years. So whether that's going out and exercising or making sure you're getting proper rest, or eating healthy, making sure you laugh sometimes is a good thing, and it's very very much needed. Very much needed. So make sure that you're taking care of your appearance, because again, when you're building up that confidence for yourself, you're able to create that posture needed, that confidence, in order for you to keep moving forward in life. Okay. And of course, there's the mental. You want to really stretch your mind, family. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to go out and read books and learn something new, something that will add purpose to your life, something that is going to add to your growth. You have to exercise your mind just like you exercise your body. Okay? I want you guys to really think about the fact that your mind, it really is like a garden. And so whatever seeds that you're dropping into it, whether good or bad seeds, of course we want more good seeds, because we want to have our mind grow. We want it to blossom, not be full of weeds. People live longer when they feel good in the mind, the body, and the spirit. Why? Because they don't have a bunch of negativity, all that like darkness, trying to squeeze and drain what it is that you're feeling, that positive energy, right? And of course, when you have your mind right, you're able to manifest even more so what it is that you desire. So work on your spiritual development, work on your physical development, and work on the mental. You don't have to do all of them all at once. Don't overwhelm yourself, but take some time to, water each of those areas in your life. So that way you can become better, you can become stronger. Now, vision is definitely key when it comes to unleashing your potential. And this is our final section. But vision is so important, family, because it gives you energy. And not only that, it guides you. It guides you and it's a place for you to go back to when you feel like you might be a little stranded or a little lost. It helps lead you to your purpose. There was someone by the name of Dr. Thoreau who said that your vision is your most important dream or mental picture. And it can also be a set of dreams and long-term goals. But the vision really defines the desired future state that you want to be in. It's your personal why, as we always hear, right? It helps add to your purpose and to your existence. Now, of course, vision and mission can kind of be played together, but you have to keep in mind that your mission is what you're currently doing, the actions that you're currently taking, whereas your vision includes the future actions that you plan on taking, but also your mission leads you to your vision, right? Now, it also provides guidance in a world of choices. It really does allow you to focus, again, on what it is that you want to do and things that you shouldn't do for those achievements that you plan on having 5, 10 years from now, right? Now, when you're clear about your vision and your goals, of course, it's easier to say yes wholeheartedly or say no with an acceptable reason and no fear of rejection, because again, you created that foundation for yourself as far as what is going to push you, what is going to drive you to that vision, right? So when you're developing your vision, I would recommend doing it's somewhere where you don't have like a lot of distractions or anything. You want to be able to do it in a place where it's quiet and you're really allowed to focus and let your imagination run wild. Okay? Because why not? We want to be in La La Land, right? I want to be in La La Land. So, some of the criteria that you want to consider respecting when creating your vision is that it should be unique. You want to make sure that it's unique to you and fits your passion and your values, and that also really does include you imagining yourself in that role. Like, how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself when it comes to that vision? You want to make sure that it's simple also. When you're writing it out, you want to make sure that it's so clear and so direct that it's quick for you to grasp. Okay? It's quick for you to grasp, and you could like easily repeat it to anybody. Me, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making $10,000 a month. Easy to remember, easy for me to repeat, right? You want it to be focused. You want to narrow it in, narrow in, so it's not too broad. Okay? So even with the last example I just gave, I would say, instead of saying, oh, I want to make a lot of money per month, again, make it specific. I want to make $10,000 per month. You want it to be bold. Is it brave and big enough? You want to stretch yourself rather than staying inside the status quo. Step outside of your comfort zone. You deserve amazing things, you guys. We've been so programmed into a routine that we're only limited to certain things. No, we're not. We are our own limitation. So if you set the bar high for yourself, if the sky is the limit, then why not set bold goals? Am I making $10,000 per month currently? Yes. Trick question. But make it bold, make it big, because you deserve that. You deserve that, but you have to believe it. Okay? Now, is it beneficial? A good vision has a reason and strives to benefit not only you, but others at the same time. You want to think about, again, your why. Does that include your family or your friends or even some strangers? I know for me, I want to help other people even if it doesn't directly benefit me. Why? Because I want to see everybody eat. Because why not? Right? Because why not? Now, is your vision aligned? Your vision and way towards it should be aligned, but most importantly, it shouldn't contradict each other for authenticity purposes, okay? Now, you want to make sure that everything is copacetic, okay? You don't want to say, for example, say that you're about the people and that you want to serve, you know, other people, but yet you're being selfish in your journey towards that, because it doesn't mesh together. It doesn't make sense. So you want to make sure that the actions that you're taking to get to your vision and your vision, they both make sense, that it works together, right? Now, you also want to have a goal or vision that is inspiring. Write your vision in an inspirational manner. Like, think of it as a sci-fi movie that is like literally pulling millions of people into the movie theaters, into the cinema. Your vision should have a magnetic pull to it, meaning that it should pull you in too, so that way you're out here doing what's necessary to get there. Does your vision, do your goals pull you towards them? And finally, you want your vision to be engaging. You want to create your vision as if you're building a house, okay? You might not know how to build the house yourself, but you have ideas and images in your mind that you may have to pass on to, you know, an architect that can help you pull the house together, right? They help create the sketches and the plans that you need in order to construct and achieve the final goal, which is the house, together, right? So a good vision is something that you hear, even if it's just once, and it's something that you never forget. You need that vision in order to unleash your potential. So I want to challenge you guys before we go to go and write it down. Go write out your vision. Even if you've written it before, go do it again. Go do it again. Go write it out and be specific, family. Write out everything from what your hair looks like to what you smell like as that successful person, to the clothes that you wear, to the food that you're eating, to the places that you're going, to the car that you're driving, to the circle of friends that you have. Even if those friends don't currently exist in your circle, maybe there's people that you desire to have in your circle. We hear from Alex Morton all the time how he desired to have Bob Proctor as his mentor, and guess what? Bob Proctor is his mentor. What? Think about write down the habits, if you don't currently have them, that you desire to have, that you want to, as the successful person, want to read, you know, a book a month. You want to eat healthy. You want to go to specific restaurants. You want to shop at certain places. There's a particular brand of makeup or body wash that you use. What toothpaste do you use? Because of course we've been told that our current income determines where it is that we shop and how we live, right? So let's get that out of the way and create, because you are a creator. Like Riyadh said on Monday, you are a creator. So let's create our reality. Let's unleash that potential that we truly have. So with that said, family, that is our mindset call for tonight. I hope you guys were able to find some value in that. So that said, I'm excited to do a little bit of a check-in with you, family, as always. And even for our guest that we have on the line, Mr. DeMarco, thank you so much for hopping on with us. Please feel free to interact with the family because you're family too. But what we do in this piece now is we do a check-in. You have the opportunity to vent if you need to, because we create a space that's non-judgmental for you to be able to get out, or even if you want to share some success that you've had this past week. So for anybody on the line who wants to do so, please don't hesitate to come on. I will even share first. Again, I was super excited that I was in a position to be able to go get a laptop yesterday. I have not had my own laptop in 5 years, y'all. I got the blue screen of death on my last laptop, and I finally was able to go get my own yesterday. So that was super exciting, and even being able to pay off my phone. I got to the end of my little phone lease yesterday, so got that taken care of. So I've been in a great mood. Of course, super excited to celebrate some other successes tonight. But before we get to that, for anybody who wants to share, please hop on the line.